Well, two former Alexandria City officers accused of violating the constitutional rights of residents have now been arrested following an investigation. Our investigative reporter, Rob LaPearl, has been digging into their past for us. Joins us now with his findings. Rob, what have you found out?
Well, Johnny, these developments come just 1 week after we began questioning the city on the status of their case, with leadership pledging to fully release the body camera footage and the names of the now two former officers. Now it turns out that one of the two men accused of unconstitutional policing was under investigation in the past for breaking the law. And now questions surrounding his employment are arising.
Two incidents happening just days apart. This is an example of what the city calls bad policing.
Inappropriate policing adds challenges to properly acting law enforcement. Inappropriate policing adds the most challenges to properly acting law enforcement.
During a mayoral briefing on August 20th, Mayor Jacques Roy and Police Chief Chad Gremillion publicly displayed this body camera footage, announcing the intent to terminate the two officers for their alleged crimes and the forwarding of all relevant evidence to state police for a criminal investigation into the two officers. Flash forward to October 2nd, over a month later, LSP says they finally gathered enough evidence to charge the men. These are their booking photos. Officers Austin Butler and Dylan Tritle, both charged with malfeasance in office, and with it, a bond set at $1,000. But Butler was giving an additional charge, a misdemeanor charge of simple battery, upping his bond an additional $500. With the news of their arrest, we began looking into the histories of these now former officers. We couldn't get anything on Tritle, but we did uncover this booking photo depicting a younger Butler.
New tonight live at 5, an Alexandria police officer has been arrested for driving while intoxicated. That is the charge. APD tells us state troopers pulled over a vehicle near the Walmart on Highway 28 West.
Butler was arrested by LSP back in 2018 for DWI while off duty. He was placed on administrative leave afterwards while he was under investigation. There's no available record on the outcome of that case. But online, there is a record of Butler's social media. This is a photo we took of his public profile. And this is his cover photo for his profile, ripped from a post he previously made in 2013, saying the fastest way to change the behavior of a lethal threat is to shoot them, raising new questions into the oversight and screening process within the Alexandria Police Department, and if officials were aware of his actions.
Now, we have reached out to the city for a direct comment on the arrest and what we've uncovered, but we did not yet receive a response in time for this newscast. We'll set things back your way, Johnny.